Mettez les masques. Mettez les masques.
Il y a des yeux partout. Voilà.
Bien. On peut y aller? Tout le monde est prêt? Bien, mesdames et messieurs, le résultat de ce second tour a démenti.
I don't think I can keep doing testing on these vaccine-injured kids, man. These parents bring these kids in that are rough and wanting blood work, you know, and you gotta pin these kids down and like I just can't do it. We've started doing the illegal scan, right? So they can do a tissue scan. It's non-invasive. That's nice. You still get all your metals and minerals and stuff, but like aluminum every time, heavy metals every time. My heart broke today. I love my kids very much, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful to be able to help some people that are just in a spot, but it was a tough day. Hug your kids.
Can we I just do the question again, and then you can pop in?
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned actively spreading AIDS?
There was a unit in from SIMA that one of the things was that we went into African countries.
And how was that done exactly?
Through inoculation.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and that type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people. You must understand the concept was that AIDS was a killer. It was incurable at that point in time, so it was led to believe that if you infected people, it was the quick, non-militaristic approach to eliminate black people.
And that is something you know for a fact, that AIDS was actively being spread to other countries?
Yes, to African countries.
Yes, news said human DNA in food.
Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Food says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog, top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrick, and Hebrew National. Human DNA.
The FDA is taking action to remove petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply and from medications. For the last 50 years, American children have increasingly been living in a toxic soup of synthetic chemicals. The scientific community has conducted a number of studies raising concerns about the correlation between petroleum-based synthetic dyes and several health conditions, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, cancer, genomic disruption, GI issues, as I've seen in the hospital, and allergic reactions. For example, this Lancet study conducted a randomized, double-blinded, placebo-controlled study on food dyes and concluded that artificial colors in the diet, quote, result in increased hyperactivity.
Cats in the home, they carry parasites, so they should never be in the bedroom and they should never be in the kitchen or the area where you're eating food. That's one easy way for human beings to get parasites. There are two herbs that are very effective at killing off parasites. One is wormwood and the other one is black walnut. And you can buy, I know in Australia, in health food shops. You can buy these herbs in capsule or a tablet form, but also know that starting every meal with pumpkin seeds. Have a quarter of a cup of pumpkin seeds as the first thing you eat every meal. All worms hate it. And also raw garlic is another deterrent for worms. One of the main causes of humans having parasites is having animals in the home. If there are animals in the home, and I can imagine where it's snowing, you want the animal in the home, but
Vanessa Sivich. I am a pediatric registered nurse at Texas Children's Hospital. I was the anonymous whistleblower in a story released in May of 2023 exposing the existence of a secret transgender medicine program at the nation's largest children's hospital. I came forward publicly with my name on June 18th of 2024 because I have witnessed numerous examples of Texas Children's Hospital committing Medicaid fraud, using Medicaid to cover transgender treatments, and also the misdiagnosing of transgender patients for the purpose of using Medicaid to cover those. Doctors would note at the end of every visit, there is no contraindication to beginning testosterone. There is no contraindication to beginning estrogen.
Wow.
And that is a lie. It's especially a lie because the number of teenage girls that I saw coming in through the clinic with a multitude of health issues, in addition to being confused about their sex, they're coming in with depression and anxiety. Many of them have autism. Many of them have some cognitive delays. Those issues go untreated in the name of gender-affirming care. These doctors are deeply committed individuals to this ideology. This is a hugely lucrative industry.
Yeah.
And many of them look at a child and see a dollar sign. I started noticing some discrepancies in the paperwork. Texas Children's Hospital is using Medicaid to cover transgender treatments, whether that's cross-sex hormones or puberty blockers. And that is illegal per the Texas Medicaid policy. I saw some examples of providers who were intentionally misdiagnosing transgender patients for the purpose of justifying those cross-sex hormones. So I'll give you an example. A healthy 16-year-old male was said to have an estrogen deficiency, and that then allowed the doctor to prescribe estrogen to this healthy boy. In July of last year, after I came forward anonymously, we were having dinner with friends at home, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. I go to answer it, and my husband and I are shocked that 2 federal agents are asking for me to speak to me about issues at my work.
Hi. I'm looking for Vanessa Sivich.
They said they had come to my home because they knew what I believed. They knew of my views against transgender medicine. They also said that I was a person of interest in an investigation targeting a whistleblower. And we of course now know that this was Dr. Eitan Heim. He's come forward publicly since then, but at the time I had no idea who he was and had never met him. They made me feel very coerced and intimidated. It was such a shocking experience to have the FBI not wanting to know about the hospital committing the crime, but to be at the front door of a nurse exposing the crime.
Network in New Jersey is taking its infant identity data to a new level. Correspondent Dan Springer reports on a controversial new questionnaire that some New Jersey parents were not expecting.
You can't make this shit up.
Becoming a new parent is always a time of enormous change. But now, in New Jersey, some moms and dads are being asked to fill out a sexual orientation and gender identity questionnaire for their baby.
You gotta be kidding me.
Do you identify your baby as female, male, transgender, genderqueer, or something else?
What the fuck?
This. Which of the following best describes your baby? Lesbian or gay, straight or heterosexual, bisexual, or questioning unsure?
And it's completely and utterly insane. And I think in New Jersey, a very big litmus of showing how insane
libtard? Is that what you said?
This questionnaire is being given to new parents at several hospitals run by Inspira Health Network in southern New Jersey. But other
have attempted suicide.
48% have become homeless, 47% have become addicted to drugs and substances, and 29% have actually had to engage in sex work.
You're not going to guilt me into accepting him as a woman because you feel like if he makes a bad decision that it's going to be my fault. No. If he were to listen to me, I wouldn't have to worry about those things, because let's talk about some of those numbers that you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Even when Joe Biden, during his presidential debate, was talking about legalizing young children transitioning, he said his reason was because so many transgender women of color had been murdered. And he said, I think the number now is up to 17. Now, as a leader in the black community, there are thousands of black men that have been murdered. But you won't hear Joe Biden talk about that because those black men did not have a wig on. So I'm not going to elevate. Excuse me. I'm not done. Politics. I'm not going to elevate. I'm not going to elevate the issue of transgenderism over black men, because at the end of the day, y'all still black men.
Peace. So I don't know if y'all heard, but Yaki put out a post, and basically the post is basically stating how they're coming after him now, and they're taking down all his pages. And I'll let y'all read it, and we'll go from there. Peace, gods and earths. They banned me from Twitter in July of 2024. They banned me from TikTok in October of 2024. They banned me from YouTube for absolutely no reason, no warning, no strike, just page termination. Right here, I've been receiving anonymous death threat phone calls for the past several months about my book release and the testimonies I've been uploading lately. And Nabi and I are being constantly followed by individuals. I literally had to go up and move within days, along with many other things I won't mention. He has a security team. He's taking precautions. And he wants everybody to know he's not going to harm himself. He's not going to do anything. So if some funny stuff happened, it's them people.
Coming back to their consciousness, sir.
Did you poison the food supply?
Yes, sir. There's no mineral left in the soil.
Are you feeding them negativity on the news?
Yes, sir. War and death.
Social media?
Yes, sir. Gender wars.
Damn.
Racism. It's not enough. They keep coming back. What do we do?
We need to lower their immune systems.
I thought we did that already with the virus, sir. What else can we do?
More poison. We'll put more poison in the crop field.
We use all the poison.
We'll poison the animals. The animals. And then tell them to eat the animals.
This is why you're our leader, sir. Put the poison in the animals.
Train doctors to not address the cause.
I see where you're going.
But only
the symptom.
So they'll get treated forever and eventually die. And we still get the money!
Sir, what about the people that have found cures for these diseases and are trying to help other people cure these diseases?
We'll make it punishable by law to say you can cure disease.
What about the people that know the truth about COVID?
Punishable by law to spread misinformation about COVID.
But sir, that's free speech. We can't pass a law like that.
We'll pay social media to take down people that even say the word.
And children and teachers alike have to be re-educated. They have to have new information and new insights that give them a basis for looking in a different way at the experience that we happen to be engaged in. So that means a study of history. That means a study of culture. That means creating the institutions that will let us practice that history and practice that culture.
Is the answer money, necessarily?
I don't think the answer is, money would be great, but I don't think the answer is money. It's interesting to me that as I go around the country and look in African-American bookstores, that it's the grassroots people that seem to be buying the books. That many of the African-Americans who have gotten bachelor's, master's, and doctor's degrees are not...